Hey friends, Tux here. For this particular video, we'll be talking about the on-go COVID-19 allergen self-test. Of course, we all know COVID's been here for a few years. It's going to be here for a while. And right now, the biggest way to protect yourself and others around you is to self-test. And actually, just last week in the U.S., a lot of insurance companies are paying for these now, or they're reimbursing you. So it's a very good time to go ahead and buy a bunch of these bad boys, stock up. Amazon has them in stock. I will have a link for this very one right below, so be sure and click that link, stock up, and protect you and your family, okay? But I've been doing these myself. They're not real intrusive or hard or anything. These are something which anyone, adult or children, can do, in my opinion. I am not a doctor, disclaimer. Oh, there is a thunderstorm outside, so sorry if you hear thunder. So anyway, it mentions this is for under federal or use authorization, EUA only. And again, this is for diagnosing yourself to see if you happen to have COVID. And even if you're feeling good, you might actually still have COVID. So it's something to self-test, even if you're not totally sick, in my opinion. It's good to protect you and others around you, because you could feel fine, you could have COVID, and you could spread it to family members, maybe your grandparents or something. I mean, you don't want that. You do not want to be the one who gives your grandparents COVID, you know? So anyway, it's great to go ahead and self-test. Friends, you know, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, like, it's the type of thing where you don't want to spread this to other people around you. So it's really great to self-test. Each box contains 2 self-test cassettes, 2 nasal swabs, 2 little vials, and 2 caps. Okay, so very good stuff. They say store between 33.8 and 86 Fahrenheit. Okay, that's 1 to 30 Celsius. Okay, so basically you don't want it freezing, and you don't want it to go, like, you know, above 86 degrees. So not too bad, pretty easy. All right, let's go ahead and open this up here and take a look at the inside of the kit. Got my scissors here. We'll go ahead and give us a little chop and see. I know I'm negative, but I'm gonna do one of these tests just for fun. I've been coughing a little bit, and it's always good to self-test, so we'll check this out together and see how easy or hard this is compared to other self-tests. And I have had other self-tests on this channel. If you go back in my queue, you'll see some other videos too, okay? But anyway, we're checking these all out, and this is, of course, the On-Go. So there's that. Looks like inside here we got all sorts of instructions. In fact, this is more elaborate than other ones. We have a little self-test sheet here. This is like newspaper kind of feel to it. Talks about what is COVID, talks about what is COVID, what's it mean to have a positive result, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into all the facets of isolation and everything, because it seems like that is something which is changing quite regularly, but you can talk to your local doctor about that, or see what your government is wanting you to do. Now, for the self-test here, there is some instructions for you. It talks about making sure you have clean hands, pulling the test out from the thing. Okay, you peel it out, you stick the little thing in the thing, pull out the nasal swab, stick it in, 5 turns one direction, 5 turns the other direction. Make sure you get, it's like 15 seconds. And, you know, honestly, like, I almost feel like maybe I've undercut that. Like, I've done 5 turns, but I don't know if I've done 15 seconds in other tests. I don't think it called that out as 15 seconds. It just wanted 5 turns. So you might get a false negative if you don't do it long enough, perhaps. That's why it's important. I thank them for picking that 15 seconds. Like, all tests should have a time duration on it as well. It talks about picking in the thing, turning it, squeezing it, press firmly, tap it, drip it, and then you wait 10 minutes. The other one is 15. The other one I did back in my queue. So this is actually a faster self-test and dispose of the stuff. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, I'm back here. We have a little On-Go card, and it talks about welcome to On-Go. We want to make sure your COVID test is easy, seamless as possible. And it goes ahead, it has a little download app you can do. So very cool stuff. Here's that if you want to download the app. Okay, very cool. And then inside here is a little tray. It's everything we need for our test. Looks like inside here we have 2 of the little tests you drip the thing into. Very cool. And then we have 2 of the little Q-tip guys. They're a little bit shorter, I think, than other brands. I might do a comparison video down the road, but a little bit shorter. Okay. And then we have 2 of the little vials, like that. And then 2 of the little stopper thingies, like that. And it looks like this is a little bit trickier maybe than the other one, which is a little bit interesting. The other one just has a twist cap. This one you have to, like, actually physically stick things in. I've heard this is more accurate though too, so maybe that's something to consider. Okay, but you get 2 of everything, so you have 2 complete tests, so you can go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's go ahead and give this a go and see what this is all about. All right, looking through the instructions, my hands are already clean, so that's not a problem. We'll go ahead and open up our little test strip here. So this, we go ahead and open up our little kit. We'll pull this out so you can kind of see this too. This is very similar to the other kit. It's like a little plastic, almost kind of reminds me of like a pregnancy test. You want to make sure you don't touch any part that you're not supposed to. Okay, it's just like a little thing to keep it fresh. And then inside here, it looks like there is something where in this part here, you want to take this one of these things here, okay, and you want to shove that into the actual part. Like, I don't know, where does that go in? That is kind of weird. Oh, okay, I get this. Okay, so this part here kind of goes into this little tray part. Okay, so we're gonna stick this in just like that. Okay, press firmly, but it doesn't really, it's kind of loose. Okay, so this goes in there like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and peel off the top. This seems a little problematic to me. You don't want that to tip over, so there's that. This can just go in the trash then. So there's that, and then it talks about taking, let's see here. Oh, not yet. Okay, so we want to go ahead and take the Q-tip next. Going through our steps, step 6, it looks like. You take the Q-tip out. You be careful not to touch the Q-tip, the cotton swab end of it. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. There we go. I'll tell you what this feels like. Sometimes, if you had these tests before, sometimes it feels like a Hall's mentholithis up your nose is very strong. Let me see what this is like. I'm going to do this and let this keep rolling so you hear any reaction noises or whatever. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do my right nostril first, and that's for 15 seconds, 5 turns. Here goes. Oh my God, okay. It's pretty strong. 15 seconds felt like a really long time, to be honest with you. Looks like there's a little blood on the thing there too. Wow. Okay, yeah, so very strong. I hope I don't have a bloody nose here. I might have to stop for a second. Let's go ahead and we'll do the other nostril. Hopefully I don't get a bloody nose. Here goes my left nostril. And again, same thing, 15 seconds. Okay, that one didn't feel quite as bad. 15 seconds went by a little more painlessly. My eyes are watering right now. I feel like I might have to sneeze again. My nostrils are probably running a little bit. I didn't have any of these symptoms, like I didn't have a runny nose before I started this. So anyway, let's keep going here. Let's go ahead and take this. Next step is you stick this down into here. Okay, so this Q-tip goes into the little catheter. We'll stick it in. And it looks like you get 5 swirls. It says place the swab in the vial. Rotate the swab vigorously 5 times. Okay, so 5 times. Very cool. There we go. Let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. Now you take this out of here, and you want to kind of pinch it. Like this is kind of like a loose rubber, so you can pinch this because you want to get as much of the sample off of the cotton swab into the vial as possible. So you take this and you go ahead and stick that in there, and then you rotate this a little bit against the outside, and you spin it to try and make sure all of the fluid comes out of the cotton swab. But the most important part is really pinching that middle to get as much stuff out as possible. In fact, I'm going to pinch it and kind of run it through a couple times here just to make sure I get every little bit out for all your efforts of doing the test. You want to try and make sure it's accurate and has a good sample. Okay, so there we go. We're pulling this off. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're going to take this out. Now it says you go ahead and take the end, this part right here, okay, and this part here goes into here, press firmly. So we're going to pop that in place just like that. Okay, and you tap this a few times. Okay, give it a little tap. Okay, now I want to get rid of this, so I'm going to put this back here just temporarily. Okay, and this is going to go back into the trash portion, so you can just stick that in like that and then dispose of that in the trash. We'll throw that down for right now. I'm going to wipe my eyes real quick. Okay, I blew my nose and wiped my eyes. My nose is not bleeding, but it's funny, the Q-tip did have some blood on it, okay? And that kind of reminds me of like my very first COVID nose when I did definitely get a bloody nose from the whole thing. Now, this is on there real tight, okay? You can see it's pressed down. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we tap this a few times, and I want 3 drops, okay? So 90 degrees, this is going to be flat. The sample goes into this part right here, okay? So it goes, right? Yeah, it goes in here, 3 drops. So here goes. We'll put this down. Here's drop 1. There's 1. There's drop 2. And here's drop 3. Okay, so that's 3 drops, and even shows 3. It mentions that several times, and you'll see the fluid starts going across the litmus strip here. Okay, so you can see it starts going through, and what we're going to see is 1 line being the test worked, and then if it's positive COVID, it'll be 2 lines, but hopefully it'll be 1 line only showing the test strip worked and it being negative. Okay, now it does say this takes 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and set a timer here, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are, guys. We're hitting 10 minutes right now. We just hit 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the test. Here's the results. And you can see my results at 10 minutes is a negative. You have 1 bar. Now, if you have 2 bars, okay, the C bar is a control bar. That means the test worked, okay? If you have a line by the other bar, by the test bar, the T bar, that means you're positive, okay? So 1 bar only means it worked and it is negative. 2 bars means you're positive. No bars means it did not work, okay? So anyway, it looks like I'm negative, which is fantastic. I've been working really hard to try to stay COVID free. I may have had it without a test like a while ago, like early, like Christmas time, that kind of thing. I couldn't find tests. So it's all the more reason why it's important to stock up and get these tests right now while they're available online. Okay, so buy a bunch of them, be ready for it. Your insurance, again, may cover them even. Check with your insurance on details on that. But it's a great time to test yourself. Again, I think it's fantastic to test yourself and, you know, protect your friends, family, loved ones, because you don't want to be responsible for giving other people COVID, honestly. And because you never know, even though people say, oh, it's like the flu, but, you know, like it just takes one friend or one grandparent or parent or someone to get sick and die, you know, like that's bad. So it's important to make sure that you don't spread COVID, okay? All right, friends, if you have any question about testing, please let me know in the comments below or shoot me an email at tuxtoys@gmail.com. And again, click the link down below. I'll have both this one and the other one down below, and I'll probably do a comparison of the two later during the week, okay? All right, friends, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.